Hey y'all, Kristen here, and I want to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, the Chris Pattern YouTube channel. And I would love for you to like and subscribe. I know some of you are just here because you're curious, because it's a thing that I do now. I do all this crafty stuff. And I still talk about like urban planning and everything else like I do on my other channel. But on this channel, yeah, it's all craft all the time. While I'm speaking about matters of concern. Anyway, so you may have heard about these things called Frocktails. Let's introduce our channel, and then I'll come back and tell you about said Frocktails. So yes, today we are going to document the final week before my very first Frocktails. It's going to be in Baltimore, Maryland, which is just an hour away from me in Washington, D.C. I consider this whole region a collective region, but I am not from this region originally, so that's how it's easy to do that. I'm also looking forward to later in the fall attending Raleigh Frocktails, that is in my home region, in a town I've actually went to school in. But what we're doing at these things is, so yeah, of course, everybody goes to a cocktail party and they wear clothes, right? You know, unless it's like a toga party or unless it's like a nude party, like those do exist. But in this case, this is a party celebrating those who make their own clothing, and it's basically an opportunity for people to like get to know other sewists, crocheters, garment makers, fashion designers, etc. We have our own fashion show, and it's also open to people who are hobbyists. It's not like Fashion Week where you have to make all these clothes, get model stage things. You can be your model, and you can make and wear whatever you want. Now, this is key in the lesson that we're going to talk about here today. So, you see over here, this was my inspo for the theme that you also see here for Baltimore Frocktails, which is maximalism streetwear. Now, I had every intent on following that theme, but I ran into several of setbacks. Setback number one. Yeah, I won't say I busted my foot, but you know, we kind of like to say we busted that. But I turned my foot over working out in our apartment's gym. We have like a little mock set of stadium steps for the folks who want to do the run up and down the steps. We also have equipment on those steps. It's like you can do the running up and down the steps, and then we have regular steps that kind of go up into our yoga room. And there's the exercise bike. Now, I had been to Richmond, Virginia. We had stayed in a Hyatt place, and they had a recumbent bike. And I was like, okay. I had not actually used the exercise room since I caught COVID back in January. First time, I know, believe it or not. But maybe not if you've seen me in public. And of course, you'll see me. And this is good that I'm doing this video so people can know what's behind the mask. Anyway. And yes, I'm incorporating the mask in the Frocktails outfit for Baltimore. But yeah, so I had plans to do basically a Maryland flag inspired outfit. Now, I wanted it to be predominantly black and gold because those are Baltimore's colors, and those are colors that represent the Union. That's right. If you were wondering why Maryland's flag looks so quirky, it is a unity flag. It is a flag that represents supposedly the Union coming together and the Confederacy of Maryland coming together. And of course, these two factions had different flags. So of course, we're Mason-Dixon line, all those things. So my plan was to have the red and the white be on the lower region and the black and the gold be on the upper region. Well, I kind of lost a week with doing that. However, we have a save. Introducing. Yeah. I had planned to wear this outfit to my class reunion. Now, I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. We went to school, our high school is just outside the city limits in a town called Jamestown. It's named after, like, somebody who was probably a slaver. I haven't gone too deep into the Ragsdale family history, but the property, there is our school property, and there's the Ragsdale family property, and it's quite numerous. And then there's the town of Jamestown. It was like a mill town at one point, like a lot of towns in North Carolina. So I figured I would flex. It was one of my big I'm outside moments. Hybrid venue, like a venue that has open doors and everything, so I could see my classmates. They could see all of me. Well, I ended up just pulling out one of my dresses that I like, and so I tabled this whole idea of a specialty outfit. But it is halfway put together. So you see the dress form. You also have the pants that I cut out. So I cut out my pants, and if you follow me over on TikTok, you might want to, and I'll link to this in the description, the Mary Penn day that I cut out those pants. And I think I did a video before on Juneteenth where you see me like laying out the fabric and deciding maybe I should take my fabric somewhere. Maybe I shouldn't cut it out at home. But anyway, so I've got pants. This is not the pants. This is just the sweater that I like because I tend to have a color palette. And I realized, okay, this is an opportunity for y'all to get to know my color palette, my vibrancy. By the time we get to Frocktails, and you'll see all of that in part 2. This is part 1, the introduction. What are we doing? And I'm hoping I've got a hair appointment for the first time in months. So, trim these little scragglers, and this rose gold situation will hopefully be a little bit more purpley again. So you'll see that jewel tone to match these. I'll still wear a lipstick under my mask because I do plan on taking outdoor photos in a spaced out area. And I plan to finally remove these squares, which specks. The gold, like the yellow in the middle, is a Nat Hayes House yarn. I cannot remember the colorway. And I thought it was a colorway that was like the spare colorway that they had gifted me a while back. But I think it's the actual yellow colorway that I had purchased, like this kind of baby yellow. The middle is West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's their variegated sock yarn. It's escaping me while I'm recording this tape what that is, but you might see me put the specs over here. And then I have my Essential Cotton. Now, you've heard me murder this name of this Joanne yarn, but it's called Essential Cotton in their knit and crochet line, and it is that sort of like royal blue color. Now, yes, these were the royal blue and white are actually my school colors, so that was the thought process. And then I was going to wear green, which is Greensboro's color. So, but you know what? Even though I wanted to rep Maryland and Baltimore at this event, I'm gonna, when you go to Frocktails, you represent yourself first and foremost. You make the outfit for yourself. So that is the plan. I'm gonna make this outfit for myself. I am going to, in making this outfit for myself, I will wear it. I will wear it more than to Frocktails. Now, what I was whipping up for Frocktails was getting a little costuming. Now, you may see a version of it. In fact, I will show you what I did manage to make. If I put that in the right container. Okay, well, first and foremost, my little tomato. If you follow me on Instagram, you know about the little tomato. I had gone on one of those awful like sites, and I have bought this to just test it out. And it is a wonderful spindle, but you can actually make this yourself if you're good at woodworking. And I know a lot of folks who are watching this who are adjacent to OpenWorks, because of course, Baltimore community, we have a woodworking shop. But if you have a woodworking shop or you have access to one, or even if you just have enough room, because it's really just a round base that about a 1/2 inch thick of like, I'm assuming this is like pine. This feels pretty sturdy, and likewise, same with this base. Right here, just cut a dowel out. Now, a chocolate pancake is not included. Choco is just there to be sort of like my stitch marker stopper. And yeah, this is some big twist yarn. I just got one of those big pounds because I have all these design ideas, y'all. and I want to be able to make them eventually. And so I was going to make the Yarn Inspirations granny skirt that they advertise and they have the free pattern of. Sometimes you see it advertised on Pinterest, at least I do, since I pin so much crochet material. And other times you have it and it's in the store. Like if you go to Michael's and they have the little area where they have like the simplicity patterns, like the handful of simplicity patterns that they're starting to stock, depending on your store. Now, some stores, like the one in Richmond I went into the other week, they have full slate of fabric. But that is a tangent, and we will talk about, in a future video, I will talk about why I shop at one store and why I shop at another store. But so this was just red, and I still might make this skirt just to have it, because I'm a dedicated NC State woodpecker. But I think this is going to be repurposed back into my Hexa Granny from Tony Lipsy and TL Yarn Crafts. I am in the Yarn Hive, so I've been privy to that pattern for several weeks. And so I'm glad that even though I missed the Yarn Hive crochet along and be able to be spotlighted in finishing, you all will get to do that. So we'll link to that. You should go over there and check that out. So because if those of you who wanted to do Hexa Grannies, but you got these and this, whatever, however much lumps you got, and I know I'm on the low end of bigger lady lumps, but if you want to do all of that, then yeah, that's a good video to start with. So that's going to be repurposed back to that. And let's see here. Did I stuff the other? Yep, sure did. So I went through so many. I think where this project started to end its useful life. And of course, I just had some rice for lunch. You're going to see me chewing a little bit. So let me get that rice. Okay, there we go. Where this project started to see its end of its useful life, I thought I was going to be able to make one big pentagon. And maybe I still could. Maybe I just gave up too soon. But I noticed it started to like get really weird as it got bigger. So I made two. And yeah, this looks promising. This looks like something can happen. And you know what it might happen for? Raleigh or Charlotte Frocktails. Or just my birthday in December. The 39th, 30 fine, the end of the 30s extravaganza that I'm about to have. So I'm actually proud of this, but just like my foot, my right foot, like my whole right column right now is just parts are swollen. I'm starting to feel this pressure here. And so I got Kristen that just stares at this whole garment I spent all of May and June working on, because I'm a slow maker. So at first I was like, maybe I won't go unless many of you all know is the Chris Pattern Bay. Link to her Instagram specifically for this is in the description. Just said you love this stuff. You love going to craft night. You love being around your craft people. You love it even more than urban planning. You still do urban planning, and it's important. And trust me, there's going to be a big thing I'm going to try to merge my urban planning with. But of course, if you stay, this is a good point to, so kind of showing you the outfit. We can end this video here, and I'll tell you, if you want to continue to watch videos on this channel, there are going to be a lot more videos about talking about crafting in the city, crafting. I'm looking into getting a Create box. If that's something you're interested in watching me do, subscribe. I've made my own polymer clay handles, and yes, they're bumpy and lumpy, but they are actually my grip. Look at that, my grip, to help with ergonomics. So yeah, if you like being on a channel where you have a crafter who is proudly Black Southern American, and with all of those contradictions, agender, feminine leaning, in a happy lesbian relationship, and I will call it lesbian because that's how I see it, with a masculine center person who loves the model for me, and you can follow our adventures here on this channel and in other places. And if you want to see other DIY, like navigating doing this in the 1-bedroom apartment, navigating doing this when you can't drive and there's only 1 or 2 like craft stores. We have to order things. We have to depend on long trips on public transportation. Right now, as a recording of this video, one of our best Joannes is actually out of commission because Metro needs to get fixed, which Metro does need to get it fixed. So that's a good thing. So like, subscribe, hit the bell if you're into hitting the bell to make sure you get notified when a video comes up on this channel. And then, yeah, go down here and follow me on all those platforms. And yeah, join me as we make it to Frocktails. And of course, go back in time. There's other moments on this channel of me doing things. So until next time, y'all, take care of yourselves.